Hi, everybody. This is your September market update. Over the last month, we've seen a lot of volatility, sideways movement in the stock market through August. I'd like to show you a couple of charts relative to that.
First of all, this is what I've been reading in some of media and online over the last week or so. Market fears disaster scenario and the S&P 500 could hit a death spiral. Let's take a look at some charts. So this first slide is the S&P 500 in the US, and what I wanted to point out was August. Month started with this pullback right here, and most of the month the stock market's been trading sideways, and it's been trading sideways with 3 to 4% gyrations, which have largely been a result of comments or tweets, often from the President of the United States, about trade wars with China. And as that trade war rhetoric has heated up, it has caused fear in the market, and then as it recedes, the market has tended to pop right back up. What I wanted to do is take a look at a little longer chart and sort of go back, and I wanted to look at, this is right now, but I want to go back and revisit an event that happened back in 2008. This was a significant stock market correction, and there's a couple things that we can learn from this. One is that stock market corrections are normal. They occur every now and then. The one in 2008 around the financial crisis was the second most significant stock market correction in history. And while the values dropped in the market, one thing that didn't stop was dividends and the income that comes from being invested in the market. The second thing is that the stock market recovers. And so sometimes when we hear things like death spiral or things are heading toward recession or whatever, that's usually a little bit dramatic. What happens in reality is that the economy has an expansion stage and it also recedes or has a recession. Is that going to happen this time or now? Not so sure. We've got very low interest rates, very low unemployment rates, but there is a trade war that's been heating up, and it's thought that this will continue to put pressure on the growth of earnings, which have still been pretty good. So one thing we forget, though, is that over this long period since that 2008 correction all through here, we tend to forget that, there are recessions along the way, and that's normal. They'll come and go. And what really keeps the portfolio going during recessions is income. And dividends in the '08 correction basically kept on getting paid for the most part, and values came up. How does it affect us? It basically means that during a downturn, we can't go buy a new yacht or whatever it is that we wanted to use our savings for. But as far as having income and retirement income, that typically continues on. And as we come out of recession, those movements back into the positive tend to be very dramatic. This period at the end of 2018, again right here, the market dropped 20% in a pullback last year. The period that it took to recover was 5 months. And so if you were out of the market during that period, of course, it was a very rapid uptick. And so my advice is that we stay invested, that we continue to have some income happening in portfolios where appropriate and relative to your objectives. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. We'll be back to you soon.